This is the first day I didn't load the tank of water, which I think what's today? Today's Saturday. So my tank should have, but I've used some of the water out of it. So it should have like 1,700 gallons or something like that. It's a 2,500 gallon tank. I get that bad boy filled. I want to overfill it again because it looks like there's a weird sheen on top of it, which through the manufacturing process, you know, you got to expect that. I was just so worn out after yesterday. I just couldn't even. And I ate this amazing hamburger. It just tasted so good because I was so hungry, and I just nailed the cooking of the burger itself and the bun and the onion that I mean, I just nailed it. It was just delicious. But I went to bed too soon afterwards, and then my little girl cat decided to start meowing in the middle of the night and wake me up twice. The second time, she ended up in the box. For some reason, when she's meowing in the middle of the night, if you put her in the box, she shuts up, which I hate doing because it puts me in a super bad mood in the middle of the night. And then she's not eating and drinking water all night, and that's not good for her. But it's just trailer life. When I had my 3,400 square foot house, she might have been meowing all night long someplace else, and I'd never heard her. And it's not a big deal. I didn't get a very good night's sleep. But I'm super encouraged on every level except on my concrete actually drying in time. The lumber store didn't have the accelerator. I should have ordered Quickcrete, not just regular old concrete. Maybe I'll get lucky and the concrete won't just go when they set the shipping container on it. It's supposed to get super cold tonight, so I literally can't pour the concrete tonight. But then it's not supposed to get super cold for like 4 days. So if I can get everything set up today, everything poured tomorrow, there might be a chance that I actually pull it off. Might be a chance. Because it's supposed to get warm, like up to like 60 a couple days. And so if it did get warm a couple days and didn't get super cold at night, you know, I'm okay. I had to look up how to make a damn rectangle. And really it's how to make a 90 degree corner. Pythagoras theorem or some shit like this. Where you could basically do math, algebra math, to figure out the measurement that you should have from corner to corner. So you take 2 tape measures, you pull one out down the line that you want to the length you want it, and then you get the other one to the corner that you want, and you pull that out, and then where those intersect, there's a perfect 90 degree angle back over at the other corner. So I bought another tape measure. I got the math in my phone, what those measurements are supposed to be from corner to corner. And now I'm just set. The only trick is going to be like getting the rebar to stand straight up and down while I pull tape measures on it. So I might have to get creative with like some string and some stakes and stuff to like support the things so I can pull on them. Yeah, a little math and I'm golden. I just got to remember that the shipping containers are 40 feet long and 8 feet wide at their maximum. I got to put the things in a little bit. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, it's cold and wet and muddy, and I'm trying to move the truck because I got the generator in the back so I can cut the rebar. My feet are all muddy, so I'm trying to drive without putting my feet in the truck. Yeah. Priorities. Worked. pretty brutal. It's been just raining the whole time. I don't know if I'll be able to get the drone up or not. But I gotta get the work done. Here we go. Alright. Okay. Go. Come on, go. I gotta be careful not to back into a hole. Oh wait, I have a backhoe. Yeah, it would be a pain in the ass, but I have rope. Yeah, I can make it happen. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, put some cinder blocks in the bottom of the hole to hold up the rebar. Yeah, a bunch of extra work. I'm very sore. My whole body hurts. My hands are a wreck. My back is just toast. After working all day yesterday, I had to then go do laundry. I don't like wearing dirty clothes. It was a really, really long day. It's about 10:15 now. I'm just not a morning person. Some people might be like out here when the sun came up, ready to go. I don't think those people would work until the sun went down. Maybe some of them. I'm telling you, if I don't get a good night's sleep when I'm in this much pain, this is brutal. So that little kid came over yesterday, and I guess he likes to work, and he charges $10 a day. The minimum wage is like 15. That's what they want it to be, but what it is, I'm not sure. A day for a kid's probably like 5 or 6 hours, like $2 an hour. When I first started working, it was $3.35 an hour was the minimum wage. And then they take taxes out of that. So you end up with like $2.50 an hour or something like that. Well, that was 35 years ago. This is one of the failures of capitalism, that the money has constantly got to be worth more and more and more and more and more. You know, the people that starting out with nothing, but that money's worth, you know, this versus that. I don't know if I could pay somebody $10 for a day, even though he's 11. Seems like a pretty smart kid. I generally try to stay away from kids, but I can't really be like some weirdo, like, hey, you're a kid, get out of here. That'd be weird and mean. It's not like I have something against kids, it's just like I cuss, I talk about shit that kids shouldn't hear. So anyway, yesterday was miserable. I literally was digging holes. I dug holes in the wrong place, and then I was like, oh my god, it's wrong. So then I thought I had it figured out, but I was wrong again, far off. Because I've been kind of working around 40-footer, 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 and then the 20-footer. Well, I have a 40-footer and a 20-footer are the first things showing up. I'm going to do that concrete for those and get that concrete going, and then start working on the other ones because they won't be showing up for another day. So I'll get one a day. So if I can get the concrete in for those two today, I should just get right on the concrete and the leveling for the first one. Because worst case scenario is I could drop that 20-footer on the side, just out of the way, and then the next day they could put it, or the next day or next couple days later they could put it. And I might even be able to call them and tell them just to hold the 20-footer back until like the next day or whatever. And I'm just assuming that this is going to be enough time for that cement to be good enough to put those things on. I'm sure there's some math I can do or something, but at this point I'd prefer just to not know the truth. Ignorance is bliss. If it's going to be good, it's going to be good. I've even contemplated pouring a test off to the side, you know, at the same time I poured these other ones. So is this one good enough? Those will be good enough. And if something happens to it, oh, stop, those aren't good enough. We're going to have to wait. I thought about that. I mean, it might be a percentage of the total necessary hardness to be satisfactory. I might not be trying to put that much of a load compared to what the concrete can hold. So it might be, you know, 50% cured and be plenty strong. I don't know. We'll see. I got home last night, I was checking emails, and there's the DocuSign for the backhoe. I'm gonna just have to do it. If I just leave myself with no backhoe, try to go down another road of different credit, it's just gonna take even longer. I could have that backhoe probably next week, right when this other backhoe's rental fee is up, and I'd be set back a couple grand-ish if I can get those shipping containers on concrete without having a truck come back for a special trip. Then it's only a couple thousand-ish, probably not quite. So this is all supposed to be fun, adventure, interesting, new stuff, challenges. Because of this whole backhoe situation, it's just turned into a miserable situation. I'm just trying to readjust my mindset here to kind of take into account that I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to have mellow, low stress, productive lifestyle, and being all stressed out and angry is just counterproductive to that whole entire frame of mind. Like, all these mistakes that I've made have been because I'm stressed out and short on time. I need to learn how to disconnect the necessity to, I don't know how to word this. If I wasn't under a time crunch right now, and the time crunch has multi-levels here. I'm paying all this storage fee on all these shipping containers. They have to come across a pass that can get snowed in. So those are the considerations. I made an appointment with the company that was far enough out. I had plenty of time to get all this stuff done and get it done at a reasonable, mellow kind of progression to where I would have been able to really think things out and not rush things. I mean, if I plan everything out, and there's just little problems, right? Little problems are one thing. Giant problems are a completely different story. Just trying to avoid those types of situations, right? Just trying to insulate myself from situations that are gonna stress me out. It's always a good thing to have a little bit of pressure to get stuff done. Like, I gotta get this done because it's better done than it is not done. Makes life interesting. But this situation here that I'm in is just frustrating, and I'm really trying to avoid that. Now I got this kid that's coming over to help me work, and I gotta behave myself. I can't be like, pissed off because I don't have my backhoe, because I don't want to give this kid bad ideas on how to behave. It's one thing for me to just be freaking out on my own, and for adults that are going to watch this video, it's another thing to be around some little impressionable kid. So the less stress I have, the easier it'll be to control my stress level and keep my, if I'm not stressed out, I'll just be mellow. But when I'm pissed off, anyway, today, now that I understand how this whole thing works, 9 inches. Now I have to learn a whole new thing. I have to figure out how to put the laser somewhere and level it where it's gonna beam the laser. Hope that laser's gonna work, because really the other way is they have special string levels, but I don't have one of those on me, and they're kind of, Anyway, I think I've rambled enough for now. I'm almost there. The pain is subsiding a little bit, not much. My hands are just a mess. Hopefully I just have an amazing day and I get like all the concrete poured and all the forms perfect. That's what I'm hoping for. I guess it's possible. I'll have 8 hours. If I could have been out here 2 hours earlier, it would have helped. It took 7 doses of CBD edibles last night. Had I not taken those, I can't even imagine how wrecked I'd been today. Because I know. Because I've worked like this before without the CBD. I just can't wait to take a day off. And I don't really have a day off. I mean, I got delivery Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday I'm supposed to move. I got a feeling I'm gonna have to put in for another couple days at the RV park, because I also have a run to Portland that I have to make to get all the IBC totes and everything I need to build out the sewer system and the biodigester. Well, the IBCs are about $750 for all those I need. And I wanted to get extra, but I don't know if I have room. So then I need 2 more plastic tanks above and beyond those IBCs. I need one to make the methane harvester. I saw it's really a smart idea, is a barrel in a barrel, so full of water. Because getting that gas to compress is the trick. So the weight of the barrel in the water compresses the gas if you're using it. So my thought is to have a pressure switch on a timer. So when that inner barrel floats to the top, it hits that switch, kicks that switch on, starts running the compressor, and it'll suck down on a timer the perfect amount so there's some left in there and it doesn't suck up any water. And then I can just automatically be compressing the gas and have it ready to use as well. Although, I don't know if I'm going to have it ready to use in an uncompressed form. I gotta pick up all that stuff, and I want to build that system. I want to dig that hole. I want to pour the floor, the walls. Then for the ceiling, I'm thinking I'm going to have this thing buried, but I want it to poke up above ground, so it's not like a hidden thing. I just don't like the feel of that. I don't know, I'm weird. I don't like caves and such. What I'm going to do is like a 7-foot hole trench. Trench is a much better term. So it'll be 7 feet deep, about 6-8 feet wide, maybe about 15 or 20 feet long. So we're talking about a massive underground thing here. We're talking about a lot of digging. So I gotta dig all that out. I gotta build a screener so I can screen my dirt, so I can get the right dirt that I need, because then I gotta pour a floor. Do I pour the walls or a floor first? I don't know. Walls, I seem to think, actually. The floor then holds the walls up, helps hold the walls up. So you dig down, pour the wall, you put the foundations. And I'm gonna do that a little different too, since I'm using poured earth. Instead of doing a wall form, I'm gonna dig the hole, and I'm just gonna put a form on one side. And I'm gonna backfill the whole entire hole with poured earth, just to add strength. So I gotta dig this ginormous hole, pour these ginormous walls, so I'll have this trench, and then I gotta cover it. And what I'm thinking for that is I'm thinking about pouring poured earth joists to make the arches, pouring the arches. I kind of want to do the whole thing in poured or compressed earth. Even the roof, tiles. I have no idea how that'll work. You know, actually I might have to, roof tiles might not. I might be just like trying to bury the roof in a mound. Because the whole point of burying this stuff is to keep the temperature up. Because you just cannot have a sewage treatment plant that's going to freeze solid every winter. I think that would kill the bacteria, among other things, and obviously stop working. Yeah, that's a major project. I mean, I could literally run the trailer. I could literally plumb the trailer to the sewage system, to the sewage treatment plant. All it takes to do that is you buy a macerating pump, you plug that right onto the fitting that goes, you open, you keep the black water. You have to open and shut a black water tank on an RV. There's no such thing as just opening them up and having like a normal sewage system in an RV. That is possible with your gray water tanks. That all just flows. But the black water, you have to save it up and flush it out. Save it up, flush it out. Save it up, flush it out. That's just the way it is with a trailer. Getting that set up, because you just literally run a garden hose. a garden hose, and a pump. The gray water could just constantly be going, although just depending on how everything's graded and everything, it might need a pump to get it to its final destination. And then there's the whole keeping that part of the system from freezing. If I can get this septic system and the roof in and start to get the rain collection before next year and get a decent amount of water collected, that is going to be huge. Because if I would have showed up at the springtime last year, I would have been waiting until now probably to collect water anyway. As far as the water collecting is concerned, a 55-foot by 55-foot roof. That's why I did the math-ish. It could be a little bigger to match up with standard building materials, so it's easy, so less cuts. Get that thing installed and get cisterns, and just get a system to where I can just plug in these cisterns as I can afford them, because my plan is to have 100,000 gallons of water. I figure that'd be good for growing crops. Carpal tunnel surgery. This part of my hand is just in excruciating pain all the time. That carpal tunnel surgery for my hands, but make them weaker. They're still dead. I have to do this all the time just to keep these fingers from being numb. They hurt really bad from picking up cinder blocks because they're a heavy thing that you have to pinch like that. I did it a lot yesterday. Maybe I should just try compressing them, picking them up like that instead of pinching them. Give my hands a rest. I'm foggy from the pain.